Have you ever noticed this about yourself? You enjoy people, but after a while, something inside you gets tired. Not physically tired, mentally tired. You start craving quiet. Not silence exactly, but space. Space where no one needs anything from you. No small talk, no reacting, no performing. And maybe you've wondered, is something wrong with me? Because everywhere you look, the world seems built for connection. Group chats, open offices, networking, constant noise. So if you like being alone, you might assume that means you're antisocial, or sad, or lonely. But what if the opposite is true? What if your desire for solitude isn't a weakness, but a sign of how your brain works? Today, I want to give you a new lens, a scientific one, and a compassionate one. We're going to explore why highly intelligent, deep-thinking people often seek solitude, what's happening in your brain when you're alone, and how to use solitude in a healthy way without slipping into isolation. Because there's a huge difference between being alone and being lonely, and understanding that difference could change how you see yourself. Let's clear something up right away. Being alone and feeling lonely are not the same thing. Loneliness is distress. It's the feeling of, I don't belong. It raises stress hormones. It keeps your nervous system on high alert. Solitude, on the other hand, is chosen. It's intentional. It's when you step away from stimulation so your mind can breathe. Think of it like this. Loneliness is hunger. Solitude is fasting. One is deprivation, the other is restoration. High IQ people don't seek solitude because they hate people. They seek it because their minds process more and faster and deeper. And that processing needs space. When you're alone and not actively doing a task, your brain switches modes. It activates something called the default mode network. This network handles self-reflection, memory, future planning, meaning-making, moral reasoning, creativity. In other words, this is where your inner world lives. When you're around people, your brain is in performance mode, reading faces, managing impressions, tracking social rules. That uses a lot of mental energy. For high IQ or highly sensitive people, that cost is higher. So when you're alone, your brain finally says, now I can think. This is why you get insights in the shower, you process emotions better at night, you solve problems while walking alone. Your mind is reorganizing itself, like defragmenting a hard drive. Solitude is not empty time. It's integration time. Let's talk patterns. People who think deeply tend to notice subtleties, run complex inner simulations, question assumptions, replay conversations, analyze outcomes. That richness of inner life means they don't need as much external stimulation. Extroverted brains get reward from novelty and social dopamine. Introverted or high IQ brains get reward from internal coherence. It's like the difference between a party and a library. Both are valuable, but they serve different minds. For some people, silence is boring. For others, silence is where everything happens. Now, here's the danger. The same brain network that creates insight can also create suffering. Reflection is, I learned something from this. Rumination is, I'm stuck in this. High IQ people are vulnerable to rumination because their brains don't stop easily. That's why some people fear being alone. Not because solitude is bad, but because their inner critic is loud. So solitude requires regulation, not just withdrawal. Healthy solitude has boundaries, has intention, has grounding. Unhealthy isolation loops, collapses, feeds shame. The goal isn't to disappear from the world. It's to relate to yourself without punishment. There's a powerful idea in psychology called the capacity to be alone. It doesn't mean isolation. It means being with yourself without panic. This skill forms early in life. When a child can play alone while feeling safe, they learn, I exist even when no one is watching. Adults who struggle with solitude often fear, if I'm alone, I don't matter. Adults who enjoy solitude feel, I am my own witness. That's a huge psychological difference, and high IQ people often develop this skill early because they retreat into thought, they create internal worlds, they self-soothe with imagination. Solitude becomes familiar, not threatening. There's another layer here. When you're with others, you perform roles: friend, employee, partner, child. Those roles shape you, but they can also drown you. Solitude is where the mask comes off. It's where you hear, what do I think? What do I want? What actually matters to me? Without that, you risk becoming a reflection of other people's expectations. High IQ people often feel different. They question norms. They sense misalignment. Solitude lets them recalibrate. It's not withdrawal. It's individuation. Let's get practical. If you want healthy solitude, try this. The solo date. Once a week, choose a walk, a museum, a cafe, a movie, a hike. Go alone. No phone scrolling, no multitasking. Your only job, be with yourself. Afterward, ask, what did I notice? What did I feel? What did I enjoy? This teaches your nervous system being alone is safe. If your mind spins in silence, try guided rest. NSDR is a short protocol. You lie down, follow a voice, scan your body, slow your breathing. It mimics deep rest without sleeping. This helps calm rumination, restore dopamine, teach your brain to be still. It's like training wheels for solitude. Try these prompts. What does my mind keep returning to? What am I avoiding by staying busy? If no one judged me, how would I spend my time? This turns solitude into processing, not spiraling. Important caveat. Solitude is not a cure-all. If you have depression, severe anxiety, ADHD, trauma, your experience may differ. ADHD brains may feel understimulated alone. Highly sensitive people may need darkness and quiet. Anxious people may fear the inner world. So tailor solitude. Add music, add movement, add structure. The rule is, solitude should calm you, not punish you. Let me say this clearly. If you enjoy being alone, you are not broken. You're not cold, you're not antisocial, you're not defective. You might just be deep, reflective, sensitive, intelligent, internally rich. The world teaches us more connection equals better. But psychology teaches better connection starts with self-connection. Solitude is not absence of love. It's where love for the self grows. So what did we learn? Solitude is not loneliness. High IQ brains need internal space. The brain uses alone time to integrate. Reflection builds resilience. Identity forms in quiet. Solitude must be intentional. Regulation matters. You can train this skill. Your mind is not a machine. It's an ecosystem, and ecosystems need rest. Here's your gentle challenge. This week, take 1 hour. Be alone on purpose, without distraction, and notice, does your mind soften or fight? That tells you what you need. If you want a guide to practicing healthy solitude, download the free guide below, the Solitude Reset Guide. And in the next video, we'll explore why smart people feel lost in their 20s, because solitude gives insight, but meaning gives direction.